Ho, 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 and
Happy
Merry
Halloween.
Christmas. What?
We're getting closer. Well, it's definitely the holiday season. We're getting closer and closer to the Christmas countdown, just a few days away. So excited.
And it's time to start writing your letters to Santa about what you want to see underneath that TV tree. We would like to see some more.
That's really clever. That was really
kinda
good.
cute. Alexa, how do you write to Santa?
I don't know that.
No, it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Um,
Alexa, how to write Santa?
Here's something I found on reference.com.
Okay, closer.
Sizing your paper. Handwriting and diction is one of the easiest ways to craft.
Okay, Alexa, never mind. Thank you.
Santa Claus.
Santa. I was expecting that, Alexa. Alexa, stop, please.
What
Alexa.
was she saying?
Huh.
She did get around to Santa Claus at the end there. She was talking about grammar and diction, and there's something. It was.
Maybe Mr. Claus was.
I think there's some wires crossed somewhere.
I'm pretty
in
sure we
ours.
have.
We have a defected little.
I think we have the caveman Alexa. We have the Alexa that was still. They were still trying to figure out the glitches. It was still like
the beta.
candlelight.
It's the beta Alexa. It was there's the prototype, but they're still trying to can this work? Will this work? Meanwhile, everyone's Alexas at home are answering that question.
Oh, they're
So
writing the
please,
letters.
in the comments, tell us, how do we write Santa Claus if your Alexa answered? Because that would be
And did you write to Santa growing up? We never did, but I feel like I will this year.
I wrote to Easter Bunny once, and I put it under the cushion in the couch and did not tell a soul, because it was around about the time where you start thinking, is there an Easter Bunny? So I'll write him a little letter. And
Sim was 16.
Mm-hmm. And it had the little check box. It's like, are you real? That kind of thing.
Oh, check here. You definitely were 16. Do you like me?
Do you like me?
Check
Check
here.
yes, check no, check maybe,
Circle.
check one day. And I put it in the cushions, and I could not wait. Like that the Easter morning, when you come down and you see your basket, I went straight to beeline to the couch cushion, because I was like, here's where I get to see.
I went straight to the Easter baskets.
Yeah.
So
there was no box checked off, and it was like, oh, plug your ears.
And you got in your car,
we should
and
put
you
a
drove away.
disclaimer. If you're a kid, the Easter Bunny doesn't have time to answer questionnaires from every
The Easter
single
Bunny
house.
doesn't have opposable thumbs.
There
It
he
can't
is.
write.
You can't hold a pen. Alexa, can the Easter Bunny write?
No, don't start that
Easter Bunny
again.
is spelled E-A-S.
No. Alexa, stop. More exciting than the Easter Bunny, almost more exciting than Santa, we have a spectacular guest today.
Oh, yes. This is such a fun interview. We talked to Andrew Walker, who is like a Hallmark legend. He's been in 21 Hallmark movies. He is as genuine and kind and sweet in person or through Zoom as he is in his movies, and which is why he's such a darling and favorite.
Great
So
stories, great behind the scenes, and just a great heart.
Yeah.
So I think you're really going to enjoy this one. And roll tape.
That's like a little chunk. There's like a little. Or did you press record?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just
Well, I thought
there's
that
a
was
little
cute,
chunk
okay.
here that I want to.
You want?
Was-
I want to correct it. But do you think? Or no?
Did you mean to do that, Cinnamon? Was that kind of part of?
I
the
thought
ritual?
leave a little bit of imperfection, just for keep us humble. Keep us humble.
Okay. Keep you humble. Keep you humble. Yeah.
Okay.
This is so, I love how you're all themed out in the background there.
We've got it all set up.
Yeah, I got palm trees behind me, so
Oh, are you in LA?
I'm in LA. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in
okay,
LA
yeah,
for.
Do you miss the Four Seasons?
Pardon me?
Do you miss having the Four Seasons being in LA?
I do. Yeah, LA we get what is kind of like a watered down version of Four Seasons. Well, not Four Seasons, but we come February, it's rainy season, and the leaves do change in the fall. But we're going back to Montreal for a prolonged period of time this coming weekend.
Okay.
So we're going to just go back, spend time with family, and experience the Four Seasons. Just spend time up at people's cottages, and just get out of California for a tiny bit while the fires are still burning a little bit. Just kind of mix things up a little bit.
That's what we did. May 1st, we moved up to the mountain. We were in LA, and we moved
Okay.
up to the mountains just for a month. It was going to be just like at the beginning.
It was
of the
just at the
pandemic,
start of the pandemic, and we're like, oh, this will be a couple weeks.
be close to nature. And 6 months later, we're still here.
Whereabouts? Where are you in the mountains?
Big Bear.
We're in Big Bear.
Oh, nice, guys.
We're in this little cabin that is literally our backyard is the national forest. We have 200,000 acres of national forest outside our back door.
Yeah.
So we have just been doing a hike every single day and really enjoying just being
Well, and we haven't lived together since like before before
College.
college. So it's been an experience, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So cool, guys. That's amazing though that you have each other to be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of my single friends are just, they don't know what to do. They to keep themselves busy and stimulated and just, yeah, it's what a great idea. And to be, I'm a nature guy. I love being in nature. I grew up camping with my dad, going to like northern Ontario, going on these big canoe trips, these whitewater canoe trips. And it's the best upbringing to be able to be, have access to the woods and just, it also, it's so it decompresses you, it's a therapeutic. It's amazing.
very much so. And you've
Yeah.
got 2 little boys. Are you going to be showing them the ropes and taking them on those trips and camping?
I am. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I have a 10-month-old as of the 18th of this month. And then we have a 5-year-old who's in Zoom class right now. So
Is he really? So he's doing kindergarten through Zoom.
Yeah, it's cool. He actually has a hybrid. So he goes morning time is Zoom, and then he goes to class in the afternoon. He goes to his actual school that was a pre-K that ended up starting a kindergarten. They decided this year, since just like the kids have already all quarantined, same kids, same parents, all together. So they continue to kindergarten for the parents, and especially the parents that need to work, that are essential workers and stuff.
That's lovely that he gets to have that consistency with the students, where he doesn't. We were kindergarten teachers in Germany for a year, like right out of college. We went to
Were
Germany
you?
for kindergarten.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was an adventure. My the guy I was seeing at the time did Peace Corps and was going up to Honduras, and I was like, I need an adventure. So I applied for Peace Corps. They wanted to send me to a different country. So I was like, or
I'll go to Europe.
I'll go to Europe and help the little children of Germany. So that's what I did.
And obviously you taught them in English, right? Or did you teach them?
Cool, right? But their system is so different because they really do believe in the importance of nature. And so once a week, the whole school would all go into the woods and spend a whole unstructured day with the students in the woods.
You would see like a 6-year-old like walking by with like a full a saw, like dragging it on the ground.
They couldn't even do scissors yet, and they were like cutting down. The American
That's amazing.
Is that safe? Should they like just let
Yeah, no kidding, eh? No kidding. Yeah. I actually try to do that with my son. I spend so much time in the backyard and just landscaping, and so I'm giving him. I've been doing the same thing, like giving him saws and these big shears and stuff like that, kind of holding him and helping him. But it's great because it gives it's a respect for the for whatever he's using, for all the tools that he's using and stuff. And he knows.
It was such an education for me to kind of let go of the need to kind of schedule everything out, prescribe everything. Because at first, when they told me, once a week you're going to the woods, and I would think, okay, so we'll start with a circle story time. Then we'll come up with like looking at plants. And they said, no, just let the kids play for 7 hours. And I was like, no, but 7 hours, what do I do for the 7 hours?
What do I do for 7 hours? Yeah.
And it's amazing because they
keep them alive.
They went into deep, intricate games, and I was like, wow. I mean, I just stood for 7 hours and watched them.
That's amazing.
But that's remarkable also. We still have all of our friends in LA who are still teachers. We're talking about how we've spent most of our careers telling kids, less screen time. We're trying not to use our screens. And now this is like
everything is on screen for kids.
I know. That's what's tough. There's what's the lesser of two evils right now. It's like the class is seemingly, he's only been in this Zoom class for 5 days now. He started last week. And he got into this charter school. It's a great school called Citizens, and if I'm not messing it up, but Citizens. And a few of his friends from his current school are in that school as well. So we just feel like he has to kind of take a part in the Zoom classes. Like I had told my wife, I'm like, I don't want him to be on Zoom. I don't want him to do the Zoom thing. I would rather him just go to school and be around other kids. But now when we go to Montreal, we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do because the time difference as well. It's going to be 11:30 to 3:30. So it's like pretty much his entire day that he's going to be in school on Zoom. So I guess we'll just like go to the park in the morning or find some routine. But you know, we're balancing work too, my wife and I. So how do you do that with, you know, hopefully my in-laws are amazing. They'll help out where they can.
Well, speaking of which, we saw Sweet Autumn.
So
over
you've
the
been very
weekend.
busy. You've got 2 weekends with two shows.
I know. Hey, I capped fall festival, I think, or the harvest, and then I'm starting off on the Christmas.
Premiering the countdown. That's or on the Movies and Mysteries. That's amazing. Did you film those back to back?
I did pretty well. Yeah, I shot so Christmas Tree Lane was the first project back after COVID, and like the first project back in the industry. We were the first any network out of any studio, and so we had a big responsibility in just like, you know, being responsible and you know, and making people feel safe on set, and just and not knowing kind of what we were getting ourselves into, and finding the protocols as we go too. We were really refining things, you know, from like day 1 to day 4 was totally different, and we knew what we shouldn't be doing. And anyways, long story short, we shot the movie, and I had a beautiful drive through Zion National Park in Utah.
Wow.
I would hike. I'd hike every single weekend. I'd go on these big hikes on a Saturday, just pack for my all day hike, and just cooking for myself. And I kind of did like a semi quarantine ish, you know, because at nighttime after work I wouldn't be going to a restaurant, or, you know, obviously. And so just the hikes were really amazing for my mind and body, and my soul, feeding my soul, you know.
I was gonna say, being close to nature, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, like we were talking about. And so I shot that. I got back to LA, and then I was in LA for around a week and a half, and then I found out, I kind of got the murmurs that there was this project shooting in Winnipeg, and Penny Perry, who's the head of casting for Hallmark, had reached out to my manager and said, hey, would Andrew be willing to quarantine for 2 weeks in Winnipeg? And I was like, well, being in Winnipeg alone is kind of like a quarantine. I don't know. You don't really see that many people in the streets. You know, it's like, you know, 5-6 hours above Minnesota. You know, it's a really charming little town though for what they have. And so I decided I took the job, and that's where we shot Sweet Autumn. But that was from what, you know, the protocols that were kind of being refined on Sweet Autumn were really in place when we got to Canada. They, you know, everything was the producer Stan Spry. I really, you know, my hat goes off to him and his team, because they were amazing with the amount of you know, touch points they had in place for us. So it was great.
It was beautiful. The set design. We were saying. Mm-hmm. And you've done a few things with Nikki as well. This is not your first.
My third movie.
Yes. So you have a great chemistry there.
Let me just quickly get my dog.
Oh, wait, pause for a second. Cinnamon's dog is at the back door.
No worries.
So I've got 2 roommates now.
What kind of dog?
He's a rescue, but he looks a lot like a couch cushion if it had legs.
He's very short and wide. He's short and wide.
Great. That's great.
He has canine dwarfism. He has a normal sized body, but little short legs.
No. What? Are you serious? It's like a corgi kind of style.
Very, very similar, but he's 82 pounds. So picture like a corgi on steroids.
Because Cinnamon, when she adopted him, she thought she was adopting like this little tiny, like dark Bichon Frise, or like a little tiny.
Well, when I adopted him, I knew I didn't want to get a puppy, because puppies are the first ones adopted from shelters, and I knew I wanted to get a dark coated dog, because those are also the last. So I wanted to get like a dog that no one else wanted. And he's this little tiny fluffy ball of fluff, and I adopted him and took him to the vet. And I said, they told me he's about 4 months old. And the guy was like, no, he's maybe 4 weeks old. And then he just grew from there.
Oh.
Is he on camera yet?
Hey, buddy.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
So he still thinks he's a lap dog. So anytime I go anywhere in the car, and he'll just climb onto my lap, this 82-pound
Muppet.
He's
Yeah, he is, eh? Little Muppet. He looks like his face with the bangs. It's great.
So when we were watching Sweet Autumn, there's obviously
you have a question about the montage.
I did, because the kitchen scene is so fun. That's like, obviously the montages is when you get to see the characters start to develop a closeness. But we're always curious, is the director like behind the screen telling you like, do this?
How scripted is it, or how much is it just roll and have fun? Because you guys look like you're genuinely having fun.
We're like, I think they're actually cooking.
It's so the director on Sweet Autumn as well. It was my 6th movie with him, Gary Yates. So we just kind of have this unspoken thing that he, you know, that we and same with Nikki. That was her 2nd movie with Gary. But a little bit of both. He's just like, okay, guys, so we need this, and this in this next montage, and then he's like, go, and then he'll be like, for the sake of time, because these things, you know, they're 15-day shoots. And now with COVID protocols, they tack on an extra 2.5. They carve out 2.5 hours per day that we can make sure that everything is done safely. So we're just like clocking things. And he's like, all right. And so if he needs something, he just yells it out. He's like, Andrew, grab the spatula and flip something with the spatula, or like start juggling, or start, you know. And so he'll just yell things out at me, and I just try to get him what he wants.
Awesome. Well, you've been in like 18 or 19 or 20 Hallmark movies.
Right? I think Sweet Autumn was my 21st. I think.
So you've been in 21 Hallmark movies. So you do get to be around the same. I was going to ask if you get to be around the same crew and directors, and it sounds like you do, because you said 6 movies with Gary. So you're getting the same faces, and
we revisit each other constantly. Yeah. It's cool. Like with Nikki, for example, you know, it's just trust and feeling safe, and you know the way that other person works, and we're all just trying to put the best movie out there possible, you know, given the amount of days we have. And
we're so grateful that you guys did brave the COVID and quarantine measures to make these films, because so many movies and films have been taken off the docket because of COVID, or put, you know, sort of on back burners. But Hallmark just we're so glad that they're going forward with the countdown.
I think it definitely
it's so important. It's so important.
It's so important. I think out of any network, Hallmark needed to come back.
Yes.
For anybody. You know, everyone needed this break, and they needed to, you know, that escape. And so, yeah, I think also that it's a testament, like they knew that they had this great responsibility in making all their actors and their crew feel safe coming back so quickly, and coming back with the quantity of movies that they were doing, you know, 40 original, you know, Christmas movies, and then they did some fall movies. I know they're probably in the next, you know, month or so going to be shooting Valentine's Day films now. So yeah, kudos to them to take the leap of faith and just kind of do it, you know, get it done, and make us all feel safe while doing it.
The dog knocks over.
Teddy is like normally the quietest little sofa cushion, and for some reason he's having an active morning.
He is.
He's coming. You want screen time, everybody?
He does. He wants his audition.
So filming a Christmas movie in the middle of the summer has become your new normal. Do you celebrate Christmas then, like later than you normally would, because you kind of already had it in the summer? How does that impact your Christmas in Montreal?
It just makes it, I mean, it just amplifies it, you know, that much more. I feel like I get to celebrate 2 Christmases now. I don't push anything back. I don't, you know, but what's great about Hallmark is my family. I kind of, you know, an example of what Hallmark is to my family was what Disney used to be from my, when I used to be growing up. I used to watch the Herbie movies and sit down on Sunday nights with TV dinners with my family, and you know, you don't have to worry about language or content. And so we have the Christmas movies playing in our house constantly for 30 days, you know, leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I shoot the movie in July, and usually endure the heat. I'm wearing like 3-4 layers of Christmas gear when I'm shooting these things. And so
July.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for the makeup artist because I'm just a sweaty mess, and my co-star, um, going in for a kiss with a sweaty upper lip, you know. Um, and so, yeah, it's just, it's fun to be able to celebrate Christmas twice.
Will you all be together in Montreal watching Christmas Tree Lane next Saturday? Will you be with your family and your in-laws?
I'm going to be flying. We're flying that day. So I'm hoping, I think we get into Montreal at 8:00, but I don't know if Christmas Tree Lane, because there's the equivalent to Hallmark. Well, W Network, in the Women's Network in Canada, airs all of the Hallmark movies. So they do air in real time, some of them at times, but then other times, for example, Sweet Autumn airs in Canada on the 24th of October. So I don't know if Christmas Tree Lane is if the same thing is happening with Christmas Tree Lane. If it's the same schedule or what, but I'm hoping I get to tune into it and watch it because I love live tweeting. I love hearing people's comments.
Yeah.
So,
and it also stars Alicia Witt, who I remember from Twin Peaks when she was like the piano playing prodigy sister.
Yes.
And she plays piano in this as well, isn't she?
She does. I had never seen or heard Alicia's playing or singing, and I deliberately did that because I just also, when we started working together, I knew of Alicia, of course. I knew her career. I knew the projects she had done and how talented she was on camera with her acting. But I wanted to have legitimately be surprised with how talented she was. Because I heard from a lot of people saying like, Alicia is just amazing. Wait till you hear her play in real life. So I wanted the scene to play out. And just when she started playing and singing for me, I wanted to have as honest a reaction as possible. So I was blown away. She's so talented, and I love that I had the opportunity to hear her sing her original Christmas song that's going to be airing.
Oh, I didn't know it was an original. Did she write it?
She wrote it.
Wow, that's excellent.
That'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, so you touched a little bit about the method that you used, wanting to be surprised. You are such a natural actor. Had you always wanted to be an actor? To me, when I first saw you, it almost feels like they plucked you off the street and just like, you're so natural. How much of that is training and something you've always been honing, or how much of that is just Andrew doing his thing? Like,
thank you for saying that. I've been acting since I was around 12 years old in Canada. I'm 41 now.
You don't look at it all. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm saying
hashtag jeans.
That's a good gene.
Yeah. It's the filters. It's the filter right now. The light, strategic lighting, Yeah. So I've been doing it for a while, and I think that you always try to remind yourself to stay grounded, because I am, as a kid I was a little bit more hyper and fragmented thought processes and just, so when I act, funny enough, I feel the most grounded that I feel even in real life. I've been working on trying to just and listen and connect, with my co-stars as much as possible and the people that I'm working with. And I think that I bring up, I love watching Laura Linney, for example. She's such an amazing listener. When she's acting, you can just see her emote, her, just true natural feelings every split second. And sometimes I'm a wanderer, I'm a daydreamer. So I think that I'm always trying to remind myself to just stay grounded, listen, be open and accessible and approachable, when I'm working. And it's something that I definitely feel like I have not perfected. I'm far from it, but I appreciate you saying that.
It comes off as very natural, to the point where, especially watching Sweet Autumn, it felt like some of the moments were just improv because it felt so natural, off the cuff. It felt so how much of Sweet Autumn was improv, or was that all scripted? And that's just for example,
the lines felt like your own, you're thinking.
Well, there was a scene when you guys were hanging the buckets and stuff, you and Nikki, and and right before you left, you like tapped the spigot one more time and turned around. I was like, that looks so natural and like in the moment. I couldn't tell if a last knock or if that was actually there. You just made it look very like off the cuff.
That's the thing. I wish we had a little bit more time, and look, it's a business. You have to, they have to get these movies done in a certain amount of time and roll them out, within Hallmark turns these things around very quickly, obviously, as you guys know. But I wish, because that take actually was it was the last take of the scene, or the last take that we had done for that scene on my side. And I think just I'm the type of person, I just kind of heat up a little bit more as I get to do it in rehearsals, and then I just kind of find a little bit more natural, instincts of what more fun in the scene, and so Nikki and I, so to answer your question about whether or not Sweet Autumn was improv, Sweet Autumn, Nikki and I spent 16 hours with Gary Yates, with the director, on Zoom for 3 days. We spoke like 5.5 hours each day, and just kind of carved up the script a little bit. And Tyler Strassel is his name, I guess. Strasser or Strassel is the writer, and he put together great script. But obviously Nikki and I and Gary just want to really make it our own and try to find a lot of humor in there. And so Nikki and I, right before we'd be shooting these scenes, we'd still be working on it and tweaking on it. So it was kind of like organized chaos, I guess, if you will. We just we knew the framework of what we were doing, and we would just, we knew the lines where we had to, what we had to say when and where, and kind of where we had to be in the scene, and where we were coming from. But I guess it just also helps to have it be my third movie with Nikki as well.
Yeah, there's a very
we're just finding moments in the scene and hitting each other, and kind of like we were, I had no inhibitions of wrapping my arm around her at times, and it's almost like you hold, like, if anything. Gary would be like, you know what? Maybe you guys aren't as friendly at this point. It was almost like sometimes we have to pull back on how familiar we were with each other.
Well, it definitely added to the chemistry.
I think it's great for audiences. So this past weekend to see that chemistry of just complete comfort, like it's so comfortable, and then the energy that in Christmas Tree Lane we're going to see, like an energy of like the newness of being with someone that you're. Discovery, as you were talking about before. And that's also fun to watch. So two different parts of the spectrum.
Well, there's a fun little tidbit before when people watch Christmas Tree Lane this weekend. The scene where I'm outside of the music. Have you guys seen the movie yet? Or are you going to see it this weekend? So look out for this scene. I'm sitting outside on a Santa sleigh, waiting for Alicia's character to come out of the music store, and at this point we've had our turmoils a little bit, where she knows that my father is developing this block that her music store is on, and I'm the one that's facilitating this whole thing. And so we've started, there's some friction at this point, and I'm waiting for her outside. And that scene is entirely improv, actually. Alicia and I just kind of threw away the lines, and we're like, let's just see what happens.
Oh, I can't wait!
That scene's entirely improv, and that was fun to be able to do that with Alicia.
Oh.
It was like day 7 or 8, and that was a great thing about working with such a talented actress like Alicia. She just made everything feel okay. Like we were gonna however the scene would start, we found it. We would find our groove, and she's such a smart actress too.
Sorry.
So and she's such a smart actress too.
Yes.
So
I love that. I can't wait to see that.
I love that little Easter egg of something to look for, and I love
that scene, like the two of you. That's going to be so fun to watch, because I think that
it's a small scene, but it was just fun to. And Hallmark lets us do this. Pardon me?
I said we come from an improv background, and I mean, it is. You really have to you have to
Present.
trust your
Mhm.
scene partner.
Yes.
Because
You do.
it's really.
You do. And you know, I appreciate Hallmark that they let us do that as well. You know, there was a few days on many days on Sweet Autumn where Gary had to really finesse how he was going to sell this new take on the scene to the executive that was working on Sweet Autumn, and at every bit of input that he had or any ideas that we were coming up with were 100% supported by Hallmark.
That's
So
awesome.
that was
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Family, they're so loyal. That's I think we as fans, we're so excited each season to get to see our favorites, and you're definitely a fan favorite, Andrew. We're so
Thank you.
such a
Thank you,
delight
guys.
talking with you, and we know it's like the season begins when the Hallmark Countdown begins, and when the Christmas movies start on
Yeah, we're
Movies and
definitely counting
Mysteries.
down.
Yeah, very excited.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm excited as well. I love working for that network, and I love it. It is really a family. They call it the Hallmark family, and it is really a family dynamic. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to this new era of Crown Media and Hallmark as well. It's great diversity and they're broadening the storylines a little bit more, and so it's exciting. Yeah, it's
And
exciting.
you're heading out to Montreal. Are you going to go film something? Are you on a new project now? Heading up
I'm
to?
hoping, well, the good thing is, to all the producers out there, I'm already quarantined, so I'll be back in Montreal, and so I could just jump on an airplane and fly to Vancouver or Winnipeg or Toronto and work on a few things. But I'm going back. I mean, mainly the goal of the trip is just to really spend some quality time with family, my parents, and Nikki and I actually had we're doing the walk for Alzheimer's actually in a week and a half, because my mom unfortunately is far along in her stages of Alzheimer's, so we want to go back and spend some time with her and have the boys spend time with my dad and her, and just reconnect with family and friends. We have so many friends there that have kids our kids' age, and also my sister-in-law. She has a 7-month-old and also a 3.5-year-old. So to have the first cousins be spending time together as well would be, it's going to be
So
great.
what is the organization that Nikki and you are supporting through
For
the
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's?
Our grandfather had Alzheimer's. So
It's the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Walk to End Alzheimer's.
I know that.
And that's in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, well,
So
Yeah.
for that.
That's on November. I think it's November 2nd. It's the day. I think it's the day before elections. I'm sorry, I'm Canadian, but
I know.
elections are the 3rd, right? 3rd.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's the day before.
Yeah, I think it's the 2nd.
Okay. We'll put
Yeah.
a link to that as well,
Yes.
though, because we definitely support any research or any help anyone is doing towards Alzheimer's for sure.
You said you have
Grandfather.
your grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cancer. It doesn't happen suddenly. They call it the long goodbye, and I think that's like one of the I don't want to say like I'm an eternal optimist, so I feel like there is some positives in this, and it's not, my mom, we've seen this progress over 10 years, and so I've been processing it, and I think that's been great, where my family and my sister, we've all been processing it in a way already, so it's not like it was some sudden turn of events. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back there and just being with her.
Love your optimism, your positive energy is so exactly what we're trying right now, to just build a community of optimism.
Yeah.
And that's so, we love your energy. This has been so
Thank you,
cool to see that how you project on screen, all of that charisma and light is how you are in person, is a delight.
Thank you so much, guys. Same with you. I think that we all can do that right now. It's just, call someone you love, tell them you love them, and just like connect. Look at what you guys are doing right now. It's amazing. Having the ability to just live with your sister right now and do the things you love to do. And yeah, it's great. It's great. So, and I think there is a lot of positives that have come out of this year. I know 2020 has been a difficult year for people, but there's so many positives that have come. I mean, we have a small business, and we see the changes in our business are actually going to be beneficial to us in the future. And
What's
also
your small business? What's your business?
it's called Little West. It's a juice company. It's a cold pressed juice company. And so we make and sell juice, very healthy fruit and vegetable blend juices.
Like a juice bar. Is it
Like we used to have juice bars. Our juice bar used to be called Clover Juice, and then we rebranded 2.5-3 years ago now to Little West, and we closed down our storefronts. Fortunately, because right now, do not want to be in retail, but we closed down the shops, and now we just sell wholesale, and we work with a lot of corporate headquarters. Like we actually, Netflix is one of our customers, and Apple, and we just got into Whole Foods actually just last week.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
It's like LA is the perfect place to have anything that's healthy. And
Yes. So if we go into Whole Foods, we can find Little West juices.
You can find any Southern Pacific Whole Foods. So Nevada, all of Nevada, all of Arizona, and Southern California. There's 60.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Look for that.
Spread the word, Little West.
We will. Is there
Yeah.
a
Once while we watch our countdown to Christmas.
Yeah. Is there social for Little West? Is it like hashtag Little West or @ Little West?
Yeah, it's at Little West or hashtag Little West. And we're talking about doing a possible Christmas kit for Hallmark viewing, so people can purchase juice kits while they can and you can mix them with alcohol, or we have a couple like really neat juices that go well with bourbon and tequila and vodka and stuff like that, or a hot toddy.
I kept
That's
thinking,
such a great idea.
I kept thinking people out there need to create little like care packages or things that, because I would definitely buy a care package to arrive for me right now, because we're so quarantined and locked down.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I wish my little favorite retailers or restaurants had care packages that we could order.
Guys, email me your address. I'll send juice up to you guys at the house you are.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Send me your address after the call. We'll exchange.
oh, that's very sweet.
Oh,
Thank
so
you, Andrew. This has
amazing.
been a joy. I don't want to take more of your time. You've been so generous with it, and this has really been so uplifting.
A great way to start the countdown. We look forward
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the countdown as well. This is exciting. Christmas has started officially.
All
right,
thank you,
see, wasn't
Andrew.
that-
That was very heartfelt, very lovely. Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
Thank
Andrew
you,
Walker.
Andrew.
We appreciated
Really
that.
appreciate that. Okay, so before we say goodbye today, I ordered, in preparation for our countdown to Christmas and our little countdown to the
this
countdown
the
to the
scarf?
countdown, I ordered a scarf online. I wanted like a little Christmas scarf I could wear. I pictured like a little,
Do you want
and
me to help you hold the scarf?
yes, this is what came. And so here's my question. This is what came. I'm just wondering, since I might use it as a bed covering, how do you use this
Here.
as a Christmas scarf? Ooh, what's happening? Well, see, but that's a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that works in.
Does it?
How would you use it?